Welcome to the Upshot, Multi-World Disc Golf's podcast about the latest in the disc golf world. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. He's Josh Mansfield. I'm Charlie Eisenhood. We're wearing the same clothes we wore on our Tuesday show because we're recording this on Tuesday. But we hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we just wanted to do a quick check-in today in case you need, 10, 15 minutes while you're between turkey and stuffing and pumpkin pie. You got the football up on the screen, and you just need a little disc golf break. So we're going to game our top 5 things that we're thankful for from the 2022 disc golf season. Josh, you're up first. Number 5.
All right. Number 5 for me is Nico LaCastro drama.
Wow. Kicking it off with a bang, Josh.
And I will, this is my hill to die on.
Oh, no.
Nico, every sport needs a Nico. And look, do I think what Nico did, getting in the official's face, was like a good thing? Probably not. I don't want, but every sport needs villains. And I would rather our villain does something like this as opposed to advertising for an anti-Semitic movie. I'm willing to take this villainy because I think it's good for the sport. It's good for engagement, and it doesn't have actual harmful consequences of other sports villains right now. So I'll take it. I am thankful for Nico drama.
Wow. We're going to get some emails about that.
Did you think that was going to be featured in this episode?
We're going to get some emails about that. Let's see. My number 5, I think I'm going to go with Macbeth in the mix. Macbeth was in the mix a lot this year, but he wasn't so killer dominant that it was like, well, Macbeth wins again.
Yeah.
But there's something different about a tournament when Paul is in the conversation. And it made Worlds infinitely more interesting than it would have otherwise been. And I just think any tournament where Paul is inside of striking distance on the final day, or even if he's not, and he shoots an insane, was it 16 under a Champions Cup? I feel like it's becoming the Yeti. I don't remember what the number is. It's just, it was an insane round. 16 under a Champions Cup, out of position, but we're still talking about that because it was such an awesome round. Macbeth being in the mix, number 5.
Number 4 for me is the Disc Golf Network. And, Disc Golf Network may have been 5th, but after the OTB skins, big money skins debacle, how can Disc Golf Network and the efforts that they've done to bring us live disc golf not be on this list? They have their flaws. They have things that they need to improve. Charlie, you highlighted on our Tuesday show the audio as being one that you would love to get fixed. But I think we've seen how difficult live disc golf is, how difficult live shows in general are. And I think what's most telling to me is we hear so often from people who work in media production in other sports or in other industries who will tell you that the budget that the Disc Golf Network operates on and the product that they are able to achieve is some of the best return on their money on that budget that they have ever seen. And that is a lot of excellent work. It brings and grows the sport of disc golf. And so this year I am thankful at number 4 for Disc Golf Network.
For me, at number 4, I'm going to go with the competition between manufacturers. Not only does this yield just some general conversational topics and drama, think back to the Discmania Innova stuff. I mean, that was a source of discussion for months. But it's also pushing the quality of disc making higher and higher and faster.
Yeah.
From the, they're going to get credit because they were the ones who branded it best. Halo, Innova's Halo, style discs, the aesthetics are amazing. The quality of the plastic is excellent. We've now seen this kind of flood across the other manufacturers. We're seeing people do really interesting stuff with stamps, with plastic blends, with the tackiness, with just the improvements of the physical quality of the disc and removing flashing and stuff like that. And there's just pressure on these manufacturers to try to get an edge and to innovate and to try to gain market share. And I think that has been really, really good for the overall environment, even if prices have gone up. I think get your Black Friday wallets ready, though, folks, because I think we're going to see some blowout deals. Great
point. My number 3 is spectator turnout. This was something that at the end of COVID and even into 2021 was, really big and talked about discussion of how many people were coming out. Because remember, 2021 was still partial in its allowance of spectators. So we got Worlds and we got a couple big events, but not with the full capacity of the tour. And I think this season has really delivered in a lot of ways. There have been hiccups. There have been pricing issues in terms of accessing for spectators and the value. Worlds this year is the notable one I think of. But overall, I think people are turning out and coming to disc golf to watch it in person. And that is contributing to the growth of sport, growth of payouts, and the energy that you see on camera as well that makes it a more exciting spectator sport. So I am grateful for spectator turnout.
All right. For me at number 3, I'm going to go with Eagle McMahon at the European Open.
Oof.
What an incredible just spectacle. I mean, this is like the Eagle versus Macbeth was definitely part of this. But the fact that Eagle came out of like 3 months on ice and was like, oh, I'm going to shoot one of the best tournaments of the year to beat an incredibly red hot Macbeth, like who at almost any other tournament, had he shot the same rating, he would have won it the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Eagle just delivered an amazing moment that like salvaged an otherwise really just disappointing season for him where, of course, not disappointing from a competitive standpoint, really. It's just he couldn't play because he was hurt. So that was something special.
Well, that's a nice transition. You liked the European Open. I was a fan this season and grateful for European disc golf. And not just competition in Europe, but the Europeans getting to come back to the United States. There are tons of names, that could be included in that, and amazing battles that Nicholas Antela at the USDGC, but highlighted and headlined by Kristen Tatar, who shows that the Europeans need to be on the pro tour if it's to have the full legitimacy and the full competition that is possible in disc golf in the world right now, because the Europeans are really, really good at disc golf and we need them on the tour in order for it to be successful. And so I am very grateful that the Europeans are back in disc golf.
It's hard to remember a time without them now because of just how much disc golf there was this year, but it just wasn't that long ago when they were not here.
Yep.
For years.
Yeah.
So very great. I love that one. For me at number 2, I'm going to go with Owen Scoggins. Not in any particular tournament, just Owen Scoggins in general.
Just Owens. The Owen Doggins.
Owen Scoggins dog of the day. We got to, by the way, this reminds me, we got to pick our Owen Scoggins dog of the year.
Oh, that's
Let's do it right now.
We're going to do an awards show. Oh, we're doing it right now? I thought we were doing an awards show.
You're right. We're going to do an awards show, and we're going to do our own Scoggins Dog of the Year. So you can start thinking about it now. Owen Scoggins Dog of the Year. But Owen, constant positive energy. Even when she takes a 10 on hole 5 at Throw Pink, she's still smiling. Next hole, it's like, well, that sucked. Like, just infectious positivity. The best putter on tour, outputts more than half of the MPO field from Circle 2, and is also just like playing incredible disc golf at an age where it shouldn't be possible to be playing as well as she is. And it's just all together. That is a highly entertaining and excellent part of the sport to have her out there. I think she's been kind of like fun to watch in the past, but just the level that she played at this year brought it to a whole new level.
Yeah, man, isn't this a foil to my Nico pick? You need both sides. You need both sides of the spectrum.
Yin and yang.
They're both good for the sport.
Chocolate and vanilla.
All right. My number one pick for what I'm thankful for this season, Rapid Reacts shows on the Upshot. It was debuted this season, And I remember when Charlie and I were talking at the beginning of the season, we were, you and I were like, what are we going to do to really thank subscribers, to try and be engaged with them? We have the Discord, and I don't remember what the Discord was like prior to the Rapid Reacts, but I know it wasn't as engaged as it was this season. And the amount of engagement that we now have with our subscribers is just at another level. And Rapid Reacts produce some real quality content. Big Money Missy, that comes from a subscriber Rapid Reacts show. Like, how can you not be thankful for those kind of things? That's printed on a disc now. It is a place where we, I think, get to have a lot of fun talking about tournaments. It's the quick breakdown while it's fresh, and it gives us opportunity to interact with all of you. And so my number one thing this year that I am thankful for this season, Rapid Reacts shows.
And my number one is, I'll go a little bit broader and include the entire Upshot family, subscriber or not. Although if you're not a subscriber already, it's time to get on the train. discgolf.otworld.com/subscribe. Hit like and subscribe on YouTube as well, or wherever you listen to your podcast. And I'm going with just all of the amazing emails and comments that we get. We probably only read 10% on the show, but we do read everything that gets sent in. And we appreciate the thoughts, whether it's positive or negative. Apparently I said something wrong in the apples to apples versus apples to oranges metaphor, and so multiple people mulliganed me this week. So I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm sorry, I didn't know I did that. But it's just great to hear from folks who are listening to the show, and we appreciate your thoughts. And some of the most interesting discussions that we have on the show are driven by emails that come in to upshot@ultiworld.com. So with that, I'll leave you with a couple of folks who sent in some things that they were thankful for this year with vis-a-vis disc golf. Nathan said, I'm thankful for many things, like my faith in God, family, and finances. Towards disc golf, I'm thankful for how the sport has allowed me to meet people and help them, whether it's the sport itself or things in their life. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and may God give you many blessings. Certainly, same to you, Nathan. Thank you for the email. And how about this one from Brian? He says, I'm thankful for disc golf. My brother-in-law got us hooked in early 2021, and now I'm outside playing almost every day. I've lost about 20 pounds, and while it's still a fight some days to eat well, without this sport, I'd probably be in a box in the ground. And that's to say nothing of the incredible, welcoming, encouraging community that I've become a part of. Thanks for the show and the reminder to reflect on my blessings. Well, congrats on the weight loss, Brian, and we're glad to have you as a listener. So everybody, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Josh, number one Thanksgiving food, go.
Oh, I'm going to say stuffing.
Stuffing.
Can't beat it, man.
Right answer.
It's so
yes.
Good. Stuffing. Yes. Stuffing. There it is. Stuffing is, it really is. It's just the best. It's so good.
It's
good for days anyway.
I know. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We will talk to you next week right here on The Upshot. The Upshot is presented by Pound Disc Golf, makers of the best bags in the sport. Did you know that Pound makes more than disc golf backpacks? That's right. They've got beverage carriers. I've got one. They're awesome. They've got travel bags like the Fly Pack. You can even get a toolbox to have a practice bag in the trunk of your car, a fanny pack, packing cubes, and a whole lot more. Go to pounddiscgolf.com and trick yourself out with Pound bags for every aspect of your bag needs.